Okay, so this is an MRE from the United States. It's an individual meal. This one is actually a vegetarian dish, as far as I know. Yeah, apparently it's replaced another dish on the exact same number, menu 12, which also had macaroni in it, just had different flavors and I suppose different sundries along with that as well. So this is definitely, anyone who's new to MREs, this is a military issue. As you can see there, US government property, commercial resale is unlawful. Most MREs will say things like that, and then you know it's legit. There are companies that make copy MREs for the United States. There's also the Department of Defense seal. And yeah, they look the same, got the same colors and everything, but they're a commercially available one. This is legit, this is a real thing. They're all over YouTube, I'm not the only one, I'm just pointing that out. This one was produced on the 74th day of 2018. So the bag, super thick, super tough, really very, very durable. Same quality as the Polish and the Lithuanian bags. The Spanish bag, which is the third MRE that I reviewed, that's really, really fragile and brittle, so once you cut it open it just slices really easily along seams and stuff. So this is another bag which I can keep aside, and when I go camping I can use this to actually transport my food in, which is something that I started doing the last time I went camping. Beverage packet, so to be able to heat your hot beverage within the flameless ration heater while you're heating up your food. Here's your flameless ration heater. Full instructions, as you can see. Is that our main? Yeah. Elbow macaroni in tomato sauce. It's quite a thick pouch. Decent sized. Mango peach applesauce. So this has changed. The review that I saw was from 2016 and this was not in there. Okay, chocolate protein drink powder. This is what I'm kind of looking forward to having because it's a cold drink. Not that I don't want to have a hot coffee. I do, but it's a warm day today, quite humid, mosquitoes everywhere. I'd like to get this before I head out home. Okay, so what's that? White wheat snack bread, TFF, don't know what that means. It's quite soft in there. There's the ration heater card. It's also the, so obviously once you put the ration heater together, you're going to slide it into the sleeve, but it's also giving you the information here on what vitamins and minerals you're getting from each component within the pack. And then that's the nutritional and ingredient information for the main course. And you put it on top of the FRH. Skittles, sour one. Not a fan of things like this, but I will try it out. I used to like them, but I'm just more health conscious now. Here's your US MRE standard spoon. I don't have any of these. It's my first US MRE, so happy about that. Cheese spread. Kind of soft in this part, soft in the middle here, and then thick around that side, but feels very new, you know. Bit of settling went on, and obviously just need to squeeze it up a bit, get that running. Hot sauce. I was looking forward to a bit of Tabasco, but obviously they don't do that anymore, or at least not in this pack. Doesn't say anything here. Diamond Crystal Brands Incorporated, Savannah, GA. So, don't know where that's from, but you might know. Accessories pack. Okay, so apparently this is toilet paper. Don't know how long it is, we'll take a look later. 2 bits of gum. Okay, as you can see, spray dried instant coffee type 2, 1.5 grams. So you'll add 6 ounces of hot or cold water to contents and stir. So I definitely want mine hot, so I'm going to throw mine obviously in the heater. Iodized salt, cool. Coffee creamer. So there's your moist hand towel, some sanitization. Pack of matches. Very, very similar to the Spanish ones. And finally sugar, and that'll be everything. Sweet. So the first thing I definitely want to get into is that coffee. And get the MRE Ration heater on, and let's get the main course and the coffee going. Cool, so according to this pack, we need 6 ounces. That's up to there. Nice amount of lines here to tell us what we need. I'll fill it up quickly and then get the MRE going soon. Okay, so sugar doesn't really say if it's like a serving, in other words a teaspoon, so I think I'll throw about half in to begin with, and then we'll look at adding a bit more in there if it's needed. I only need about equivalent of about a teaspoon in my coffee anyway, especially if it's instant. But like I've said in other videos, I'm quite a fan of instant coffee. I'll add the sugar later. That was probably a bit of a stupid mistake, mixing it all before you actually heat it up, because if something went wrong and you needed to discard your water and start again, at least you haven't lost your coffee, so don't do that. Anyway, oh, the instructions here is saying do not heat for more than 6 minutes, so I'll make sure that when I add this into the FRH together with the main meal, it's going to be at the top, and I have this sticking out so I can just pull it out when I've timed about that length of time. So I don't have a rock, so there's my something. Anyway, so I'll lean it up against there once everything's ready. By the way, while I'm on the subject of that, is there any Ron White fans out there? If there are, you know what to do, man. Hit the comment section if you want, hit the thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate if you hit the red. Okay, so I've overfilled that, which isn't a problem because I poured it from the back. So all I have to do is just pour it out slowly from the back as well again, you know. So I'll just quickly seal it up, drop everything to the bottom, and then flip it over. Shove the coffee on the same side as the heating pad. I'll just turn it over and wait for the reaction. Alright, so while that's heating up, I did find that it is not as reactive as the Lithuanian one, which was going pretty mental. But I can hear some expanding going on there. The box is kind of creaking a little bit. Let's get into a bit of these guys while we're waiting for that to heat up. Oh yeah, it's the sour ones. I haven't had these for a really long time. Nice. Nicely hidden under the flap. So if GM really isn't a problem, why hide it? This is my only fear about US MREs, is that in the United States, companies are not required to label GM. So this company has gone and done it, which is quite nice of them, but they've hidden it under the flap. So you come along, you look at the ingredients, nothing genetically modified, I'll buy this, because that's the address over there. But then of course, hidden over there. Let's take a look at the white wheat snap bread. Yummy. Yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty soft, and smells like bread, flour kind of thing, you know. Let's have a small bite of that quickly. It's quite nice. It's a bit sour tasting, which isn't bad. I kind of like that. I don't know if that's how it's meant to taste, or if maybe mine's gone a little bit bad, but I doubt it. I mean, it was just packed last year, you know. Made the hole a bit too small. Smells like little bits of pasta. It's your everyday, very super synthetic cheese spread that you buy in a shop. It's kept in a fridge somewhere. There we go. It's more like it. Yeah, it's alright. I'll save a bit of that to add into the main course. I'm gonna try the main course with as is, with a bit of that and a bit of hot sauce. Once you add that on, then the sweetness of the bread kind of comes out. That bread on its own tastes a little bit sour, which is nice because I prefer sourdough type breads anyway. Crack into that, and then I'll obviously pour a little bit of this onto the remaining bread. So I did mix it up earlier pretty well. By the way, if you've gotten this far and if you like the idea of the outdoor review, you could always throw a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, there's the subscription button as well. Quite sweet, quite nice actually. Just stick it on the bread first. That's quite nice. It goes really well on the bread. I love applesauce, but this is mango peach applesauce, which is pretty cool. That's nice. You know, drink from the bag quick. It's very welcoming because at this stage in the meal, my mouth is quite dry. So from having the Skittles and the bread, cheese and stuff like that, I cycled here today. So if I was in a war situation, I'd probably be just as dry mouth, dehydrated and whatever. So that's quite nice. I'll save some for the end, but the main thing I'm looking forward to at the end is the protein drink, chocolate one. Okay, so good news is the FRH did its job. We didn't have a dud there, and the coffee is nice and warm. Oh, there was a bit of a failure on the seal because while I was like tilting it and stuff to just get the water going through properly, the seal was sealed properly, but I was still having coffee spilling out the top. It's not the end of the world. There's only a little small problem with the seal, I guess, with the zip. I hope you like the new camera. It cost me a bucket load of money. I'll do like maybe half this bag of sugar and we'll see how it goes. Never had US coffee before, so I'm not a fan of Starbucks at all. It's got a small portion actually. Yeah, I'd have it like double that. The way I normally have coffee in my drinking cup. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't need any more sugar than that. It tastes really good. In that portion, it's a very nice percentage of coffee, so it's kind of strong to the point that an adult who's been drinking coffee for many years will enjoy it. Tear it over here to access the pouch. I'm going to use some of the toilet paper to clean the moisture from around here because it's obviously full of chemicals now. Okay, it's little squares. And cleaning contaminated water from the top of your retort pouch. Ooh, quite colourful in there. It's not bad looking. A lot of good flavour in there, a lot of good herbs, as you can see. There's a lot of herbs going on in there, and unfortunately I can't tell you what they are. Chunks of tomato, which is quite welcoming. It's not overly hot, so let's get into it. Oh yeah, slightly spicy. Quite a lot of herbs going on in there. It's not hot, it's not burning me. It smells better than it tastes, but it tastes alright. As when, as soon as I opened it, I saw the color, I saw the smell. Caught the smell. I got quite excited there. It's not as good as it looks or smells. Chunk of cheese. See how that goes. And then I'll throw the hot sauce in there. That makes it interesting. I quite liked it with the cheese in there. It ups the quality quite a bit. So what I recommend with this is you eat a lot of the bread with the mango peach applesauce, a little bit with the cheese, and throw the rest of the cheese in here. Let's give it a shot with the hot sauce now. Well, it tastes like Tabasco. It also makes it a lot more interesting and enjoyable. And obviously the hot sauce is quite strong, it's quite spicy, so you can just add as much as you want in there. I put like a third of this pack. I kind of like the simpleness of this tissue holder. It just kind of reminds me of like World War era kind of military supply stuff, you know, just like how it's just stamped onto just card paper. Really nice little touch. Let's get water into this guy. Single use only, and this is serious, yeah, so no regurgitating this out and drinking it a second time and a third time. It's single use only. So 8 ounces has been measured. That's the good thing about the beverage bag, is you have 3 measurements on there, 6, 8, 12. And don't do what I did, which is use this as a rubbish bag after you have your coffee, which then results in you having to clean it out again. That's quite a lot. Definitely did say 8 ounces. There you go, shake this up for 60 seconds, sorry. How do you judge your MREs? How do you decide on whether you liked it or not? Do you base it on the main or the whole combined thing? Or are you basing it on accessories, packs, or what? I'm mainly going with the main, but if this is nice and if it's good, I might give this one a thumbs up. The main wasn't great, but I need to try it out. Obviously the main by itself, then with the cheese, then with the hot sauce. And I definitely do recommend throwing in, if you just eat MREs for the sake of camping and whatever, I recommend having 1 spoon of it on its own and then just adding basically all the cheese in there and maybe even some of the hot sauce. It's up to you, but it's much better like that. Still a bit of chunks in there. Quite sweet. Chocolate protein drinks in the UK aren't as sweet as this. I don't remember if I ever had a chocolate protein drink back home in South Africa, so if I have, maybe I didn't know about it. But I like it though. I like chocolate and sweetness, goes together pretty well. A few of the chunks didn't settle down yet. What this reminds me of, I have no problem with it, I like it. But what it reminds me of is things that I've made by accident when I've been playing around with cocoa and hot chocolate powders and cinnamon, and well, this didn't have cinnamon in it, but just like, you know, when you try to make something yourself that's unique. That, and it also reminds me of pre-mixed cake mixes, where you just like buy a powder that's got everything in it, plus powdered eggs and stuff, and it's like a cake mix, dough mix that you just need to add water and oil, things like that into. It reminds me of that quite a lot, but I don't mind it at all. It's a nice little thing to finish off this MRE review with, I reckon. Pop. There we go. That's very nice. What do you call it? It's like hot cinnamon. Packaging. That's cool. Dig that. Thumbs up for that one. It's like a drink called Hot Shots, what we had in South Africa called Fireballs. Yeah, it's really cool. How long has it been since I've had something like this? Wow. I honestly can't tell you, but more than 10 years definitely. Up to 20 years, no. Maybe 15 to 17 years.